thought you could keep me company while I do some dishes. So, fun fact, if you didn't notice, I'm Canadian, but I live in England, and houses are a lot smaller here. And our kitchen does not have a dishwasher. And we only have like a single sink, not a double sink. So I'm often a thought you could keep me company. We can rate like out of 10, 0 being like the worst and like 10 not being bad at all, different fertility treatments. So I saw a video this morning and it was a girl, she had just had a biopsy done. So she had a hysteroscopy done, they did a biopsy, and she said it was like the most painful thing. And don't get me wrong, I am not invalidating her experience whatsoever, but for me, it did not hurt at all. I did not know if it was done. The thing that I didn't like about a hysteroscopy the most was like just seeing where they were inside of me, just knowing like you are literally that far up inside of me. It kind of creeps me out. The next thing, okay, I didn't rate that. Let's say, I mean, I think that was like a 9 out of 10. Like for me, that wasn't that bad at all. The next thing that I think we should go through, stims. So I had 2 egg retrievals. The first egg retrieval I did, they ended up switching my trigger shot from Ovitrel to Decapeptyl, and there's no HCG in Decapeptyl. Now, they switched it because I was developing OHSS, so they didn't want me to have any more HCG in my system to then make the OHSS worse. So egg retrievals for me, the first time I was supposed to have 26 eggs. At 26 follicles, they were massive and I was in such discomfort, and then the bloating and the swelling was terrible. I also hemorrhaged the month before because of the birth control depot, and I just was so run down because my iron was so low and we didn't realize it. They didn't do my blood work again before my egg retrieval because they had done it just like 3 weeks prior. I don't know if it's that standard protocol, but they didn't do it. Egg retrievals were terrible for me. I'm taking so long to get to the point. Egg retrievals were absolutely terrible for me, like 2 out of 10. Like, if you want to see me cry on demand, tell me I might have to do another egg retrieval. It's been 2 years last month since I did my last egg retrieval. I'm like just getting over the trauma from it because I hemorrhaged again the second time, and just terrible. The egg retrieval itself isn't bad, but it's just everything that gets you to the egg retrieval, for me at least, was terrible. What's the last thing that we can do out of 10? Wait, did I say 2 out of 10 for that? 2 out of 10 for that. So the last thing that I think we can put a point system on is, should we say, some of the meds. So I would say the medication, 2 meds that I've had the worst side effects from, and it was 1, Zoladex, and it caused that much side effects when I was taking it, but after the fact, I had a rebounding effect with estrogen, and honestly, terrible, like terrible. I took it while I was in Brazil, or just before I went to Brazil. I was just not having a good time on it. It made me struggle in a feminine hygiene department. And then after the fact, my estrogen was so high, I was just packing on the weight like crazy, breaking out like crazy. It was not the one. But I would say what was even worse than that was something called Orgametril. I feel like Orgametril and I can't ever say it, Noresthione, that thing, it like stops people's periods and stuff, and I see a lot of people take it on their fertility journey or while they're doing IVF. But the Orgametril, from my understanding, it like suppressed my estrogen. I could be wrong, but my word, I got so depressed, and the first time I went off on it was just after my first egg retrieval. And they didn't tell me. I feel like clinics don't tell you the side effects. It's only if you bring it up. They're like, that's because of this med. But basically, I got so depressed, and it was like over Christmas. My therapist basically broke up with me. Like, I don't think there's anything that we could do for you. You are so down. And it was just terrible. I was just nonstop weeping. Once I realized that's what it was, then it was fine. I could like logically tell myself, okay, I'm like feeling shit. Everything feels dark, but like it's the meds. but I would say there was a 6-week period where, with the sleeves there, it was like really, really dark. And I feel like the only other thing that, I didn't rate those, did I? So let's say the Orgametro, 1 out of 10, like terrible, terrible. I see a lot of people struggle with Clexane. So Clexane is a blood thinner. I've never really struggled with it until my second embryo. And I had such crazy bruising and like it was really bad and really swollen. So also, I'll give that a 4 out of 10 because it didn't happen every single time. It didn't happen with my egg retrievals, just my second embryo transfer. But I do think I took it for a longer period of time with my second embryo transfer. Anyways, you helped me finish half of these dishes. I'm not a dryer. I'm like, the air is gonna dry it anyways, so why don't I just come back and finish in a bit?